right. So today we're going to talk about how to change decimals to percents. So this right here, this first section is new. All right. To change a percent to a decimal. So if you'll look up here on the board, it shows to change a percent to a decimal right here in the arrow. So to change a percent to a decimal, you're going to move it down 2 places because decimal is a small number, right? So I'm wanting to move it down to make it smaller. When I'm making it a percent, I'm going to move it up. Percents are big, so I want to move it up to make it bigger. All right? We're going to write that on our paper right here. If I'm making it a decimal, I want to move down 2 places. All right, and you can tell decimal and moving down match up because they both have that D in there. All right. So for my first problem, it says 85%. We need to be able to move a decimal up and down. So here we're going to move a decimal down. Is there a decimal in that right now? No. Raise your hand if you can tell me, if there is not a decimal, where would I put my decimal at? Where would I put that dot? Gabriella? At the end. It's kind of like a period on a sentence. I'm going to put it at the end of the number. Okay, are you all okay with that so far? All right, and it says we just want to move it down 2 places. Would going down, would that be going to the right or would that be going to the left? To the left. We want to make it smaller. We want to go backwards. Are y'all okay with that? So I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to make it smaller by going backwards or going down twice. So where does that move my decimal to? The front, and I end up with 0.85. All right, guys. Do I still need the percent symbol? No, because I want to change the percent to a decimal. So I want that percent symbol to be gone. So that's my answer. Okay. All right, that is it. Now, guys, remember, we have on the test next Wednesday, we have to remember how to move this one, how to move all the other ones, when to divide, when to simplify. All we're doing is moving it twice on this step. Okay? On these set of problems. Okay? So we're going to do the next one. Number 2, you'll notice it already has my decimal. So I'm going to move my decimal down 2 places. So which direction am I going? To the left. And we're going to count out. 1, 2. Now you'll notice I ended up with kind of an empty scoop here. What do you think I'm going to put in that empty scoop, Noah?
A 0.
A 0. So I'm going to make that 0.038. Number 3 does not have a decimal, so I'm going to put one at the end, and I'm going to count over. 1, 2. Jakari, what's that going to give me? 0.04, because I have that empty scoop, and we're going to have to put a 0 there, so I end up with 0.04. Y'all okay with that? Number 4, does it have a decimal? No, so we're going to put one at the end. And now I can count over. 1, 2. You're always moving 2 places. All right? So what do I get there, RJ? 0.92. All right, number 5, my decimal's already there. We're going to count over. 1, 2. What do I get for number 5, Carrie?
0.0951.
All right, so if I look here, yeah, it's just going to be 951. Since the 5 is in the scoop and the 9 is in the scoop, there's not an empty one. So it's going to be 0.951. All right, number 6, does that have a dot? No, so I'm going to add 1 to the end, and I'm going to count over. 1, 2. And what's that one going to give me, Braden?
Oh, it's going to give you
0.43. Okay, I want us to look at one more together, number 8. Number 8, y'all see where my decimal is? Yeah, so I have to go there. Which direction am I going? Peyton? To the left still. We're still going backwards. And how many spaces? 1, 2. Who thinks they can tell me? How would I write that decimal on number 8? Keegan?
0.0
.0028. I had 2 empty scoops, so I had to put 2 zeros. Are we okay with that? All right, so that leaves you with 8 problems left on that, just moving the decimal. We're going to go on and move down to the next one, okay? My next one says to write each decimal as a percent. This time, since I'm writing a percent, I'm going to move which direction?
Right.
Move to the right, which means we're going to move up. Do y'all see how percent and up match? And how many spaces are we doing? 2. It's always going to be 2 places. So this, Keegan?
I have a question about number 9 on
Mm-hmm.
So can there be a whole number?
There can be a whole number. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's look at number 16, guys. All right, I have a decimal there. It says I'm going to move it up 2 places. If I'm moving it up, I'm trying to make it bigger. So which direction am I going to go with this decimal?
Right.
To the right. 1, 2. We're making it a percent. Raise your hand if you can tell me. How am I going to write that answer? Peyton?
980%.
980. And he said percent. I've got to have the percent symbol. Okay. Keegan?
So on this one, on the front side of it, on this will add a percent. You're just going to make it towards it and go to the right. And then something.
You do not flip anything. You just move your decimal twice to the right.
Yeah.
Wait, how come you just said a decimal in the answer?
Because my decimal would be down here at the end. It would be after the 0.
You need a decimal.
So you could put it there if you wanted to. Okay, so for number 17, there's my decimal in the problem. And I'm going to the right. 1, 2. So I ended up at the end. So what's my answer for number 17 going to be, Morgan? 165%. 165%. All right. Number 18. I'm going to move my decimal over 2 places again. 1, 2. What is my answer for number 18 going to give me, RJ? 54%. Okay, Jakaria? All right, number 19. My decimal's already there. Remember, I'm moving it up 2 places, so I'm making it bigger. So I'm going 1, 2 to the right. Julia, what do I get? 40%. So I had an empty scoop. Y'all see that empty scoop there? So she's putting a 0 there to make it 40%. Okay. All right, Jakaria, I'm going to get you help me with number 20. So there's my decimal. I'm going to count over 1, 2. And what do I get for that one? 777%. Okay. All right, number 21. Does it have a decimal? No, so I'm going to put it at the end. And how many places am I still going to move over?
2.
1, 2. Raise your hand if you think you can tell me how would I write that percentage. Carrie?
5,400%.
5,400%. Because we had to add 2 zeros in those empty scoops. Okay. All right. I think that gives us a pretty good place to start. I do want to point out, like on number 19, you notice it had the 0 in front. Did I keep writing the 0 in front? No. Same thing with number 19, that 054. I just wrote 54. If it's in front, you can leave it off. All right. Let's look down at the next part. Write each percent as a fraction. So guys, this is what we did yesterday. This is what we did on Thursday. Does anyone remember, how do I make a percent a fraction? What is a percent always out of? What is a percent always out of, RJ? 100. So for 31, I'm going to put 86 out of or over 100. We're always using 100 here. Okay. Can I simplify that, Peyton? What can I divide by? 2. So we're going to divide by 2. That's going to give me 43 over 50. Okay. Questions about number 31? Okay. Let's look at number 32. Remember, what is a percent out of, Jessica? 100. So how would I set up number 32? 2.8 over 100. Guys, every single one of my advanced classes has messed this up today because they've wanted to make it harder. If it is a percent, percents are always out of 100 every single time. Now, can I leave that decimal in this fraction? No. So, Gabriella, what am I going to do?
You have to move the decimal over 1 and then put another 0.
Yeah, so now I can move it over 1 and add a 0 there. All right? But initially, if you're making a percent of fraction, percents are always out of 100. So put your 100 and then try to fix it. Okay? So 28 and 1,000, can that simplify? Yeah, what can I divide them by? 2. So 28 divided by 2 is 14 over 500. Can I simplify that some more? Yeah, we can divide by 2 again. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And 500 divided by 2? 250. So that one is as far as we can go. That's my answer there. All right. I want us to look at number 37. Number 37. How am I going to set that one up? How will I set that up? Mary Webb.
888 over 1,000.
888 over 100. Good catch. Because a percent is always out of 100. Okay, now this does look weird because I have a big number on top. So what am I going to do, RJ? Okay. Braden?
So we're going to equal sign.
Okay.
We're going to do like 8 as the whole number
Mm-hmm.
and 88 over 100.
He said 8's going to be a whole number because 100 will go into 888 how many times? 8 with 88 left over. So when we have that big number on top, we're making it a mixed number. Okay, good job. Can I leave it like that? No, what can I do to simplify this? Peyton? We can divide by 4. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to leave 8 the way it is. 88 divided by 4 is 22. And 100 divided by 4 is 25. Okay. I do want you trying the rest of those because you're just putting 100 on the bottom and trying to simplify it, okay? All right, the next one, we're going to do some extra of these together, I think. Okay. Number 41, I want to change the fraction to a percent. Now, the first thing we're going to do is make our fraction a decimal, and then I'm going to make my decimal a percent, because to make a decimal percent, all I got to do is move it over. Right? So we're going to make it a decimal, and then we're going to make it a percent. So I'm going to put 25 at the door and 2 in the house. Can 25 go into 2? No. So we're going to add a decimal and raise it to the roof, and then I'm going to use my calculator to divide that. Braden?
0.08.
So I'm going to put 0.8 here, and I'm going to add 2 zeros on the bottom. Jakaria?
Can I go get my calculator?
Yeah. All right. Now that it's a decimal, to make it a percent, what am I going to do? Peyton?
Move the decimal forward to.
Yeah, we're going to move up 2 places. So I'm going to scoop once and twice. What am I going to get when I move that forward 2 places, Julia? 8%. All right. Let's look at number 42. Okay, so I have 8 at the door, 3 in the house. Can 8 go into 3? No. So let's add a decimal and raise it to the roof. Okay. When I divide that, what am I going to get? Braden?
374.
So 375, and I'm going to add 3 zeros underneath. All right, to make it a percent, what will I do now to make it a percent? Braden Bulgar? Move it twice. So I'm going to count over 1, 2. Remember, if we're going to a percent, we're moving it up. So that gives me 37.5%. All right. Let's look at number 46. For number 46, I have 18 at the door and 6 in the house. Can 18 go into 6? No. So we're going to add a decimal. Okay. What do I get when I do that division? Gabby, what'd you get? Say it again. Okay, is it just 3? Yes, okay. So I have 3, 3, 3. And since this isn't my final answer, you notice I'm writing out a bunch of those 3s, okay? If I was just getting a decimal, okay, I'd just put a bar on it and be done. But am I getting a decimal here? No. I'm going to have to move it, so I want a bunch of extra 3s there. Okay? Is there anything else I still need with this decimal? Anything else I still need with that decimal? Gabby? The 2. This 2 that's in front, I still want to bring that down, okay? Now I can make it a percent. So when I make it a percent, what am I going to do, Kelsey? Move it over. How many places? 1, 2. Perfect. So what number does that give me in front? Jakaria?
30.33. But 2.33, and then you get another 3. And then I have a line.
Okay, so you're close. Remember, this decimal moved, so it's not there anymore. So this isn't 2.33, it's 233. 233.3, and I don't need 33. We're just going to put 3 with a line. Perfect job. Okay? All right, excellent job. We just didn't need the extra 3. Okay? All right, let's look at number 47. I'm going to put 6 at the door and 5 in the house. Can 6 go into 5? No. So we're going to add a decimal, raise it up. Okay, when I do that division, what do I get? Brayden? 8 and then 3. All right, do I need anything else in that decimal? Do I need anything else in that decimal? Is there anything that goes in front? No. Okay, so that's good. So now what am I going to do, Christian? Now what do I need to do? To make it a percent. Jakaria? Yeah, we're going to move my decimal. How many places? 1, 2. Okay, so we're moving the decimal 2 places. Okay, so what's that going to give me here, Braden? 83.3 with a line. Make sure we have our percent sign. All right, I want us to flip this over. All right. This says write the following fractions as decimals. This is exactly like we were doing, but do I have to move the decimal afterwards? No. So we're still going to, on number 51, we're going to put 25 at the door, and we're going to put 14 in the house. Can 25 go into 14? No. So I'm going to put my decimal, raise it up. What do I get when I divide that? Peyton?
0.56.
Okay, so 0.56. So I'm going to add 2 zeros there. Okay. All right, do I need to move the decimal? Nope. It said write it as a decimal, so we're done. That's it. Let's do one more of these. So on number 52, I have 100 at the door. And in the house we have 23. Can 100 go into 23? No. So let's add a decimal and raise it up. When I divide that, what am I going to get, Julia? 0.23. So I'm going to add 2 zeros here. Okay. Do I need anything else to go with that?
Yes.
Braden?
You need to move this number down.
Got to move the 7 down. Okay. Do I need anything else to go with that?
No.
Do I need to do anything else? Move the decimal.
No.
Nope, that is it. All right. The last section, so there's only 3 of those for y'all to do. The last section, I have 2.75. How am I going to set that up? Keegan, help me out.
You're going to set it up like. So you're going to take the. Are you right explaining or I'll show you how to take it?
Either one.
Okay. So you're going to take the 2.75 and then you're going to make it into a fraction. And then you simplify it.
Okay, what's that fraction need to look like? You're on the right track. So we're
2 3/4. And like
Braden, Bulgar.
2 and then 75 and 100.
So the 2 in front is still going to be in front of my fraction.
Because it's a decimal, and 100 got all in
The part that's on the back is going to be 75. We're using 100 here because there are 2 numbers after the decimal. Remember, 5 is in the hundredths place. So remember, this isn't a percent, so I'm not just always going to put 100 on the bottom. Okay? This is where you have to decide. Is it 10? Is it 100? Is it 9? Is it 99? Okay? Can I simplify this?
Yes.
Yeah? What can I divide that by, Mary Webb?
25.
We can divide by 25. So I get 2. 75 divided by 25 is 3, and 100 divided by 25 is 4. Okay. Let's look at number 57. How would I set that fraction up? How would I set that fraction up? Keegan, you want to try again? Nah?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
So 6, and so 5,
5.
and 63
63 on the top.
over 99.
Over 99. And why did we use 9s this time?
Because it's repeated.
Because it has the repeating bar. Good job. Okay, can I simplify that?
Yes, you can.
All right, so guys, here's my tip for you. When you're using 9s on the bottom, a great number to try is 3 or 9. Either one. Mary Webb, what do you want to use? 9. Can 9 go into 63? Yep, 9 times 7. Can 9 go into 99? So I'm going to change that one. I'm going to put it right down below. So I get 5. 63 divided by 9 is? And 99 divided by 9 is? 11. Okay? And there are 3 more of those for you to try on your own. All right? Guys, you still have 18 minutes. Okay? 18 minutes. As you saw, this first 2 sections, they were pretty easy. You're just moving it over twice. All right? The answer sheets are on the back wall. Guys, please listen very carefully because we're about to lose the privilege of having those answer sheets there. When you go to the back wall, you should not have your pencil and binder in your hand back there, changing and erasing and putting answers down. You can go back there. If you get something wrong, please take your pencil, circle it, go back to your desk, try to fix it, and then recheck it. All right? You're not going back there and changing your stuff so that it matches what's on that sheet. All right? If you still need to check some when you get home, if you still need to fix some when you get home, I am sending out a picture of that tonight. It'll be on my website. A lot of y'all have signed up for Remind. It'll go out on Remind. All right? But guys, please, if you're going to the back to check your answers, we should not be erasing and copying stuff back there.